Today's consciousness, today's consciousness, today's consciousness. What happened and how can we change it? From the pristine position that we held in today's consciousness, here's a new show just for you every Tuesday called Today's Consciousness. Be there and enjoy all the great special guest stars that will be passing through on a new show called Today's Consciousness. Today's Consciousness. Today's Consciousness. Are you ready to address all the things that are going on? And how can we heal today's consciousness? Today's consciousness. Today's consciousness. Right here on KSP TV. Today's Consciousness. What happened and how can we change it? Until the philosophy which holds one man superior and the other inferior is finally discredited. Everything is war. Shall miss a war. What's up, family? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you feeling? I hope everybody could hear me. If you could hear me, put the number 1 in the chat. If you could hear me, put the number 1 in the chat. If you could hear me, put the number 1 in the chat. Whew. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can you hear me? Put the number 1 in the chat. If you could hear me, put the number 1 in the chat. Good, good. Miss D. What's up? What's up? 340 worldwide. What's up? What's up? What's up? Big up to all those people that are coming in slowly and surely. Yeah, I'm in the backyard just chilling. Thank you very much so far. Thank y'all so much. So far, I'm sitting down in the grass, chilling. The poetry reality. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, today is April the 10th. If you are Aries, happy birthday whenever your birthday is. Nature, yes. just chilling in nature, listening to birds and ants and bees and all types of something. The bees are still around. I don't know why people keep on saying the bees ain't around. Bees are actually always flying around my house. So, first and foremost, want to let everybody know that if you're in New York City, I will be, King Simon and friends will be in New York City. I have Unc Rising Sun, the magnetic scientist, going to be coming in. I have Nina Love coming in, the transitional doula and mental health teacher. And also I have Sister Kafunya coming in with the crystal and sound bowl healing. She'll be coming in and dropping that type of knowledge. And I have another special guest that I'm trying to bring in, just making sure that she confirms before. All right, so that's happening on April 27th in Brooklyn, New York. Doors at 3 o'clock. We should start around 3:30. Doors really at 2:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30. And tickets are on sale right now, only $20 in advance, and it'll be $30 at the door. That's it. I'm not going to stress anybody. And we're going to have a good time. Vendors will be there. We'll all be vending. More likely, I will definitely be vending there also. I'll probably have limited books. But I wanted to say this because sometimes, and I started off with the song called War, Bob Marley's War. And it was said by a grand master in the martial arts named Chief Professor Yehudi Shem, or Chief Professor Shem in the Sanukas Rule tradition. He says, men go to war and women and children fight. And both the word war and fight has a mathematical frequency, which I found very interesting on the board. And I'm going to break that down probably on the board one day, but not right today. When men and women decide to go to war and fight, or when men decide to go to war, it must be for particular reasons. When I looked at the word fight, I found that the word fight in two different systems break down to a number 3 and break down to the number 5, which 3 and 5 can be very jovial and happy energies on one end, but they could also be very reckless, devastatingly reckless also on the other end. The word war adds up to a number 9 in one system, and then adds up to, let's see, 5, 6, adds up to 15 in another system. So usually if war ensues, the war is to bring about peace. But the word fight, because you could be fighting in a neighborhood, especially with women and children, and then become friends later on, or back in the day at least, they shake hands and hug each other, or children might fight on the streets, and then the next day they're playing with each other. Nowadays, when people fight, it can get overly reckless and overly. But when men or women or men go to war, it's really about bringing balance, because the number 9 in the Chaldean system that it adds up to, the word war adds up to a number 9, which can be very destructive. That's why the number 9 on its semi-negative, it could be warring, destructive, contention, arguments, heavy arguments that can take you there. But because it also adds up to a number 15 in the Pythagorean system, which is a 6, when men go to war, it's really about bringing balance after the war, because that's why everybody, man and woman, has to prepare not only for war, but also prepare for peace. It's a duality with this thing. So when you see the word war and you see the word fight, they have dual energies, dual responsibilities when you decide to fight, whether you're dealing with internal war or internal fighting, or external war and external fighting. It comes with a duality. And I've gone to war, and we go to war probably every day with ourselves and maintaining our discipline, maintaining our spiritual understanding and understanding of ourselves in order for us to make sure we have mental sanity. Because the word fight adds up to 3 and 5 in the two different systems, in the Pythagorean and the Chaldean. And remember, in my book, Numerovational for Mental Stability, the number 3 and the 5 are known as mental health numbers because of the nervousness and the anxiety. Because I've seen people get into fights and have anxiety before the fight. I myself have had anxiety before a fight, whether it's boxing or whether it's a street fight, where I had to deal with back in the day when I was younger. We've had street fights back in the day. Back in the day, we had one-on-one fights. Back in the day. Nowadays, it's people fighting online and all that kind of stuff, and things people are saying won't be said in people's faces and all that. And I want to say big up to Terrence Howard, because I just posted up a clip where Terrence Howard was speaking about, if you're going to call me a liar, at least call me that to my face. And either we can discuss it, or we can, he basically say we can get down with some thug stuff or some get down with the get down, because men of old had duels, and they had sword fights, and they had martial arts fights, and boxing on the street. So big up to Terrence Howard, who is not only a master number frequency carrier, but also he's a master manipulator when it comes to positive manipulation. And he can go down to negative if you want to. But 11 is also very powerful manipulators, because it's a master number of not only deceit, which is a part of warfare. Treachery can be a part of warfare. But I'm not saying that Terrence Howard is treacherous or deceitful. I'm saying he knows how to draw people out, because he's proven himself over the years to be able to capture an audience, be able to take over a scene if he has to. Terrence Howard has proven himself over years, and that's where the master number frequency. Also, Tisha Campbell, not Tisha Campbell, although Tisha Campbell in her own way is able to do that. Also, another master number holder, what's her face, Taraji P. Henderson. She also knows how to capture a scene and capture an audience, capture that scene in the movie. She's done it a few times. She has the work ethics just like Terrence Howard. That's why when both of them come together and do certain movies or shows, two master numbers come together. Oh, that's going to be 22. Both of them born under 11. Terrence Howard born March 11th, and Taraji born September 11th. Devastating, powerful actors when they put themselves out there. And again, I tell people, numbers are not here to predict anything and all that. It can forecast. People sometimes lump it into fortune telling, but so is the weather patterns, and people meteorologists that predicts the weather and all that kind of stuff. That's a kind of fortune telling. But big up to people like brothers like Dr. Inky, who mentioned probability, statistics, and possibility. Because when you look up the definition of probability and statistics, and also a possibility, that's a form of fortune telling, just identified in a scientific manner. So they don't want to say that they're doing divination modalities. They just want to call it probability, statistics, and possibility. So big up to brother Dr. Minister Dr. Inky. Thank you very much. Shout out from Jacksonville, Florida. I have to come out to Jacksonville. I think I have a few friends out there that I haven't seen in years. I have to come out to Jacksonville, Florida, Big up to Black Power Kin. So yeah, man, big up to Jacksonville, Florida. So Remember, when war and fights are happening, I'd rather go to war with my any conflicts I might have within myself than just fight it, because fighting can be erratic, and fighting according to the frequency can be erratic, and fighting doesn't totally uh, balance out anything that might be going within yourself, because you could be fighting the positive, fighting the negative, and nothing gets done. Because we all go through it every day, whether we're going to choose to listen to positive things or ratchet things, or do positive things or ratchet things. But when you go to war with your internal to shut that negative down, that means every time it comes up, you shut it down, because you are in war mode. Because war is about bringing balance to society, bringing balance to yourself, and bringing balance to the world. But also that nine that it adds up to in the Chaldean system is the detoxification. That means war is different than fighting, because the war is coming to remove it totally out of your system. So even if it tries to creep up, you already got a defense to knock it right down, knock it right out, catch it. So I'd rather go to war than fight against my demons within myself. I don't want to fight the demons in myself. Matter of fact, I want to go to war because, again, it's about bringing balance, and it's about eradicating the demon within myself to bring about peace. Because many of us can be either a demon or we could be a god. And a demon is a god. It's just a negative aspect of the god. A demon is a god according to biblical and Quranic or scriptural theology. It's just one of the fallen gods. That's what fallen angels are all about. And many of us are fallen angels coming through our father and mother and coming to this earth. But angels is angles, and it took an angle for us to come through, whether it was through mom and dad. But there is a spiraling effect that happens when sperm spirals through the penis to go into a spiraling womb of woman. And then when children come out, there's a spiraling effect coming out just to try to get them out without damaging the womb. You have to keep on working and then get them all out, and then he comes spinning out. So everything has its benefits and its spiral. It has its geometry. And I love it. And it has its mathematics. So I don't want to be on here long. Just want to remind everybody to keep on supporting the channel, keep on supporting and liking my clips. Again, I'll be in New York on April the 27th. April the 27th, I'll be in New York. And that's going to be a beautiful, beautiful time with Unc Rising Sun, the magnetic and orgone scientist, Sister Kafunya, the crystal and stone scientist, Reiki scientist, with Nia Love, who's going to talk about transitional doulas and how important it is that if you know you have an elder that's going to transition, it's good to have a doula that's going to assist if you can't be around, or if you got to go to work and all that, and you know that somebody in your family is about to transition, and you know they're starting to feel a certain way, then you can help a transitional doula assist and make sure that their transition is comfortable on the way out. So I'm going to have that beautiful sister with she's spoken with me before. She's a student of Dr. Africa, student of Queen Afua, but she decided to take a route of becoming not only a mental health PhD candidate, but she's also a transitional doula, a certified transitional doula that is helping. And I always tell people that get into the doulaship, become both of them, become a birthing doula and become a transitional doula, because they're really going from one. When you're leaving this planet, you're going to be birthed into the next realm. It is what it is. And when you're coming into this planet, you're coming out of another realm, being birthed into this realm. So it's a constant cycle. So I always tell people that are doulas, whether they're birthing doulas, become a transitional doula. And if you're a transitional doula, become a birthing doula. You might as well know it all. You might as well know all of the dynamics. So just in case your services is needed, boom, you're right there for both the coming in and the going out. It's a constant thing. So also big up to Professor James Smalls and the whole Sons of Africa, Brother Reggie, Brother Charles. I'll be having them on my platform in the next coming weeks. Professor James Smalls, Brother Reggie, and Brother Charles will be on my show speaking about the 100th birthday of Malcolm X happening on May the 19th, the 100th birthday of Malcolm X. They're doing a major celebration at his grave site on May 19th and at the Audubon Ballroom, which is now the Malcolm X Center. Y'all need to be there in New York City on May the 19th. I'm gonna see if I can make it back out there. But also they got free buses that go up there. You can donate on the bus, of course. If you want to donate, you can bring your children. Absolutely free to go to that pilgrimage to Malcolm X and Betty Shabazz's grave. Also, those who know, Dr. Khalid's grave is around there. Malcolm Shabazz, his grandson, Dr. Ben is buried over there. There's a whole lot of people. I think Dr. Clark is buried there also, and a few other people are buried there. But on May 19th, there will be 100-year birthday, cosmic birthday celebration of Malcolm X. And it's an annual thing that's been going on for 60 years. They've been chartering and taking pilgrimage up there for 60 years. So make sure y'all support that. And also shout out to Billy Carson, and Elizabeth Hoekstra, who will be having the 3rd annual Forbidden Knowledge Awards. I will be there more likely on the red carpet. I'm one of the team members. I'm going to try to give away some tickets on my show. So I'm going to talk to them if I can give away some tickets on my show. I know they're going to say yes. So those who can make it to Hollywood, Florida, from August 2nd to the 3rd. The 3rd is the award show. So if you can make it there, I think that's August 2nd. They're going to have a book signing party, which makes sense. A book signing party. I'll see if I can get my books out there and we could all be there signing books. But big up to him. And remember also, I want to acknowledge Dr. Phil Valentine, who has been nominated. I want to acknowledge Aaron Lyons, who's been nominated. I want to acknowledge Brother Rich, who's been nominated. I want to acknowledge 19 Keys, Donnie Arcade, Kendrick Lamar, Michael Beckwith, who've been nominated, Sanguru, who's been nominated. And a lot of people have been nominated for this award show, this one. And I say, get out there right now. Make sure y'all go to ForbiddenConsciousAward.com, ForbiddenConsciousAward.com, and come on out and enjoy and have a good time. We're going to have a good time. Believe me when I say we're going to have a good time. And I need to see y'all out there. I'll be on the red carpet interviewing not only celebrities, but just our people who are celebrities also that support Forbidden Knowledge. So if y'all can make it out to Hollywood, Florida, we won't be in Miami. We'll be in Hollywood, Florida, at the Diplomat Hotel, I believe. Yeah, at the Diplomat Hotel at Hollywood, Florida. Hollywood, Florida is a beautiful place, right near that big guitar hotel and all that good stuff. So we're going to make it happen over there and have a good time. So I will be there definitely. I'm already making my plans, and I know Billy and Elizabeth already got a room for me ready. I know I'll be there for like 3-4 days, and we're going to do what we got to do, and then I'm heading back up to Georgia. Also, make sure y'all support all my books on Amazon. Just put up King Simon in Amazon. You'll find me, or go to Linktr.ee/Kingsimonthenumerovator. And make sure you support Color Curiosity, one of my moderators, Dr. Shakira Moore, iridologist. Make sure you support Adara Moselle. Of course, she helps with negative energy and all that. Go to her website also, daramoselle.com. Make sure you support my son, JB, with his cleaning and handyman services. Make sure you support my son, Prince Imagine, with his recording studio in New York City, Brooklyn, New York, that is. And make sure you support his Empress, the one, the only Elizabeth, with her esthetician business also. And if you do want to book a session with me from now on, if you book a session with me, and as a matter of fact, if you pay for the class or the or if you pay for the lecture or the work or the event that we're doing in Brooklyn, New York, I will also send you a free ebook, one of my spiritual lessons workbook. Those who either pay for a service or book a service, book a consultation service with me, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour, I will definitely send you a free ebook courtesy of King Simon Productions and the Ministry of Numerovation. And if you are coming to the event on on April 27th in Nicholas, Brooklyn, 1396 Fulton Street at 3 o'clock. It's only $20 in advance, $30 at the door. I will also give you a free ebook courtesy of King Simon, one of my spiritual lessons and workbooks, so you can do some more spiritual work and help yourself develop and become better. You got to go to war with whatever negative stuff is still holding on to you from the past. So if you still have a lot of negative things that you held on from your mother's side or your father's side or whatever, or friendship and all that, those spiritual lesson workbooks, volume 1 and volume 2 can help. But I'm going to only give you one of the books. You can also remember the book, volume 1 only costs $5.55. Volume 2 only costs $7.99. But if you pay for any of my services or come to the event that I'm doing on the 27th, boom, I will definitely give you and email you the ebook, so you can either download it or you could also print it out and do the lessons, the applicable lessons or the homework that I offer in those books to help you become better. All right. So family, have a great day, afternoon or evening. Be your greatest self. Strive to be your greatest self. Remember, like Dr. Khaled used to say, all of us have the saint, savior, soldier, scholar, healer, and killer within all of us. Just make sure you pray that at the appropriate time, that they come up at the appropriate time. You don't want to bring the killer out of you when you're supposed to be a healer at a particular time. You don't want to bring the savior out of you when you're supposed to be a killer at a certain time. You don't want to bring the scholar out of you when at certain times you're supposed to be that healer or that killer. But one thing about saint, savior, soldier, scholar, and healer, all of them can be right there in your very being from your ancestors, because we all have the saint, savior, soldier, scholar, healer, and killer ancestors inside our bloodline. But you got to make sure that you pull it out at the appropriate time. And that's what I pray every day. Even when I say my dojo creed, as we walk in peace and fear will not prevail. Or man or woman of martial arts. When I say those dojo creeds, it reminds me to pay attention to that warrior creed that Dr. Khaled gave us, the saint, savior, soldier, scholar, healer, and killer. Within all of us, male and female. When it's time, you know when to let it out. All right? Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be great. Be yourself. Be strong. Be focused. Pay attention to nature. Pay attention to nature, or nature. Pay attention to nature. And be willing to coexist interdependently with nature also. Take care, and we'll talk next time. Peace. Today's consciousness, today's consciousness, today's consciousness. What happened and how can we change it? From the pristine position that we held in today's consciousness, here's a new show just for you every Tuesday called Today's Consciousness. Be there and enjoy all the great special guest stars that will be passing through on a new show called Today's Consciousness. Today's Consciousness. Today's Consciousness. Are you ready to address all the things that are going on? And how can we heal today's consciousness? Today's consciousness. Today's consciousness. Right here on KSP TV. Today's consciousness. What happened and how can we change it?
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovator. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now.
So remember, our job as studiers of these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerovator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.